Yes. Yes. All right. Hey, ladies and guys, welcome back to another important update from Taylor Neely Show. And by update, I mean episode number 7. Man, what have you missed while you've been gone? Ooh, so much. The people have been asking, Taylor, when are you going to get breast implants? The answer is never. I won't succumb to the societal pressures of getting breast implants. I won't do it. You can't make me, America. Indonesia? Maybe you can. I kind of like how your money looks better. Indonesia money, you ever seen it? Ooh, it's pretty. Good stuff. You like the theme song we had at the top? Man, that's only courtesy of my license. I got a license to play music like that. It's good. I like it. And did you like it, me asking you that? I mean, I'm putting it in post because I have so many big ideas for the world and so little time to execute them. So welcome to episode 7 of Taylor Neely Show. Boy, do we have a show for you today. It's going to be electric. It's going to be fun. We're going to have a good time. We're going to laugh. We're going to cry. We're going to scream. We're going to shout. We're going to twist. We're going to abandon ourselves to the desert of our minds and wonder, why did I come here in the first place? Why am I here sitting in the desert of my mind when I could be at home in the couch of my mind eating ice cream and watching my stories on the television show? Sorry, I lost my train of thought there. I was thinking about something else. You ever think about something else while you're saying something else and then the thoughts get jumbled up? Sometimes I'm successful at it, sometimes I'm not. But right there, I was unsuccessful at relaying what I was trying to say to you. So, anyways, did a good job on my hair today. Happy about that. Man, I'm so happy about that. Pause for sip of coffee. And it's been a tumultuous, renditions relationship I have with my hair. It hasn't always been this perfect and suave and perfectly coiffed looking. It hasn't. I know you're sitting there thinking, Taylor, when you were born, you were a baby born with a full head of beautiful hair, weren't you? No, I was not. I was not born a beautiful baby full of head of hair. I wasn't. I simply was not. I simply was not like that when I was born. What I was like when I was born was dang near rabid. I came out biting and scratching. Like I said before, I begged the doctor. I was like, please send me back inside my mom. But what I didn't relay to you was after that is I pulled out a tiny gun and I was like, doctor, look at me. I'm going to shoot you with this tiny little gun, and sure, it's only .00022 caliber, and it will just feel like a little pinprick, but you're going to know that I did it. You're going to feel it enough that I did it to say, maybe we should give this baby a second chance. Let this baby speak its piece. Let this baby have his say in the matter. Maybe not all babies should be born. Maybe not all babies are meant to be into this world. Maybe some babies are meant to go back to our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. Maybe some babies have a different plan in life. So maybe put those babies back where they came from and let them cook a little bit longer, and maybe they'll come out full-fledged adults. Maybe that's the problem, is 9 months isn't long enough for a baby to be inside a lady. Maybe we need to get that baby out of that lady after 13 and a half months. And maybe this baby maybe this baby has the IQ and grasp on language. And so what you do is maybe put headphones around like the pregnant lady's stomach and you blast it with classical music, famous speeches by good and bad people. So Martin Luther King's speech, Adolf Hitler's speech, Gandhi's speech, Mussolini's speech, Julius Caesar's speech, Thomas Jefferson's speech. And you play them these speeches, the recordings that we have of these people, and then the baby comes out with a fine, world just can go to Bangladesh and debate the best of them. This baby isn't just a businessman but he's also a monk. He's the smartest baby you've ever seen. And sure, it's a fun for a while, but then that baby starts to use it for bad. That baby, I said the other night, I saw a presentation done on South Korean history by the one Damon Lee at the show Soapbox that I judged. It was so fun. I had a good time. I crushed it as a judge. Not bragging, just saying. And Damon, he presented on South Korean history. And I was like, oh, why isn't there a Central Korea? There's a Central America. Korea, get on board. Come on, get a little tiny middle skinny part. South America has it. The Americas know what's up. The Americas know that the rule of threes, not just in comedy but in life, rule of threes is always so satisfying to the soul that is why we are given 3 kidneys, 1 to give away and 2 more for backup. So, but South Korean history. I forgot where I was going with that. But I am drinking coffee, and coffee is good. I got sunburned today at work. I was replacing this feller's screens, and I did a good job. I got a new toy. I got a battery-powered brad nailer. I know you were thinking, what is it? What is it? What's the tool he got? What's the tool Taylor got? What could it be? What's the tool Taylor got? Will he ever reveal the tool to us? Will he do it, or will he keep this information to himself for all of eternity? Is that his secret to life? Is that Taylor's secret to life? That he gets a tool and doesn't tell everyone? No, I'm going to tell you. I told you. Battery-powered brad nailer. Ryobi. I was going to get a DeWalt, because that's my tools of choice. And people are like, Taylor, why is DeWalt your choice of tools? Why? Because when I was a carpenter in college, that's what we used. That's the tools I was given. So DeWalt always has a soft spot in my heart. And then people are like, Taylor, why can't maybe switch it up? Maybe you have more than one brand of tool in your bag. I do. I have many different kinds of brands of tools. DeWalt is just what I'm trying to transition all my tools over to. But I already had 2 Ryobi batteries from the drills I had of them before I upgraded to DeWalt, and a weed whacker I barely used for any time at all until I upgraded to gasoline, because I like the smell of old dinosaurs. I love the smell of old dinosaurs being burnt up. That's what fossil fuels are. That's why they're called fossil fuels. Have you guys heard of science? You guys are constantly in the comments like, Taylor, what the heck is science? I'm telling you, go read an encyclopedia. There's pictures of science all in there. Heard of Neil deGrasse Tyson? That's right, scientist. He can tell you all about science stuff. Like, why do we need to recycle? Well, because when you mix recycling with regular trash, bad things can happen. Raccoons can get in there and they'll be gobbling down some trash, and then maybe there's a little bit of piece of plastic. Raccoon chokes to death. You don't want that. Raccoons are cute. Raccoons are the cutest little vermin you've ever seen. I know some people are like, I hate this. Some people are like, Taylor, I hate rats. Rats are disgusting. Rats are gross. You ever seen a sewer rat? Oh, yuck. That's not how I feel. I think rats are very fun. I think rats are very cute. I think rats are the cutest little rats there are. I mean, you've got all kinds of different rats. Basically, everything's a rat. What's a pigeon? Rat of the sky. What's an eagle? Bigger rat of the sky. That could really chop you up if you weren't. I mean, I said this to this girl yesterday. If her cat were bigger, it would kill her. I fully agree with that. I had 2 cats, and I loved them. They were great, and then they betrayed me out of nowhere. They just started. And by betray, I mean they started attacking me brutally, trying to kill me. I was replacing the brakes on this Mustang I had, which I ultimately totaled. I told you about that before. And I was changing the brakes because I'm a handyman. I'm a handy man. I do handy things like change brakes on my 2009 Ford Mustang that was supercharged, 500 horsepower, so fast. I'm hyperbolizing. It was like 475 or something, but it was a very fast car. Um, and I was changing the brakes in the parking lot, and I came back in. I rushed in, and I was like, "Oh, gotta get this!" And I ran by the cat, and he just started like that, like they just started going at me and trying to kill me, and it was a tumultuous walking on eggshells 6 months, and I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. I could not handle it anymore. So that's why I got rid of my cats. But I was telling this girl that if your cat were bigger, it would kill you. It wouldn't take long for that cat to kill you, because cats are cute and they love you and they're your friend. But cats have jungle instincts. Send a cat to the jungle, they turn like pigs turn into wild hogs with big tusks and stuff. If you leave a cat in the Amazon, in the jungles of Africa, the Sahara, they'll turn into a lion or a tiger in no time. They can stand their own in the wild. That's just how cats are. Cats are built different. I'm always talking about something that's built different, but today I'm talking about how cats are built different. Cats are smart in a weird way. They're dumb too. Animals are smart but dumb in a weird way. Like I met this dog today. So sweet. 10 months old, so sweet. Smart dog. Like you look at a dog, at least for me, I immediately know if this is a smart dog that has more of a soul than another dog, and then one where the soul has been bred out. Maybe that's it. Or maybe we're breeding souls into dogs. Like some dogs, you hold their heads like you're almost a person in there. You're almost a guy in there that's gonna just come on, just be a guy. And everyone is like, oh, dogs can't be guys. Dogs can't be guys. Shut up. Let me talk about dogs being guys for a second. Dogs can be guys. They can be girls too. Dogs will be a lady someday. It's just a matter of time before we get to the point where we can make dogs have more of a consciousness. But wouldn't that stink if you're born and you're like, wah, 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 and the doctor, and then you're a dog. And you see all the people around you, and you're like, well, I want check, please. I want what she's having. I want what she's having. I want what she's having. What she has looks good. I want what she's having. Come on, can I just please have what she has? Come on, there's more than enough to go around for everybody. I want to have what she's having. There's so much to go around for everybody. Let me have what she's having. I'll have what she's having. Check, please. That's what I say. Like if I go to a funeral, I'm on my knees, like, make up a guy, not someone real. Make up a guy. Larry Neely. Oh, you were the best. You were the best grandma ever. Larry. Oh, I love you so much. Check, please. Because I'm done at the... I want my waiter to bring my check at the wedding. So I can get out of there. I'm not going to dine and dash. Okay, none of this is making sense. So I need you guys to get on board. So that's good. That's what I like. What's going on in the world? Not much. Not much with me. With me right now, still sober. That's going good. That's going good right now. I feel great about it. Honestly, I feel really good about it right now. It doesn't. I don't want to drink at all. I don't. I went to a show last night. My friend Cleveland Willis played at the Earl. Smith's old bar. The Earl. Who am I kidding? He's playing at Smith's old. He played at Smith's old bar. It was a good show. I enjoyed it. It was fun to see Cleve on stage. He took his shirt off. Sorry, guys. I had to stop for a second and go get more coffee because it's weird. It's like sometimes I'll drink. It's specifically coffee. Sometimes it just makes me feel. It doesn't quite do what I want it to do. It makes me a little bit more sleepy than I would like it to. It does the opposite of what I would like it to do. And gosh dang it, who's letting that happen? Who's letting sleepy coffee get into my awake coffee? That's just irresponsible. Because if I could just have be in that perfect place of having the perfect caffeine buzz, that's all I want. But I'm such an alcoholic and a drug addict that when it's not doing what it... How come my body, it feels like, processes things differently sometimes? Like, I haven't done cocaine since my last relapse, which was, I smoked crack, which is cocaine that you smoke. I'm trying to think. So we're in like 50 days this time or something, and it's going good. And this time we're going to make it years and years and years. We're done with drinking and drugs for years and years and years. And I'm not ashamed to say I've relapsed more than this times. So many times. I've got so many white chips. I could stack them to the moon and back. And honestly, that's nothing to fetch your eyes at. That's nothing to oogle at. I have a lot of white chips, and that's fine. I'm not ashamed of it. I feel good about it. Right now, I don't feel like someone that has a little bit of time or a lot of time. I'm not even focusing on time, really. And maybe I'll get to a place where I will focus on, like, I have this many days. What an achievement. Whenever I get to 6 months, I'll be like, yes, way to go, Taylor. Yes, good job. Yes. And if God willing, I get to a year, I'll be like, yes, I did it. Finally. The second time I've gotten a year. And it only took 4 or 5 years. Which to me, it feels like forever since I got that initial year. But really, in the grand, long scheme of things, I haven't been alive for very long at all. I've been alive for almost 28 years. That's nothing at all compared to so many of my friends that are older than that. That's not very long at all. And yeah, I wanted to say that because last night at the show, I was cheering the girl I was with. I was like, yeah. I was like, oh, that sounded cute. I was like, thank you. Thank you. I've been really working on it. I've been really working on sounding cute at music shows, not comedy shows. So that's cool. That's what's been going on. It really is a good day to be alive because there's worse days to be alive. People catching on fire in Hawaii. That stinks. I saw a video of people in Hawaii just being in the water. What do? Do you just wait out the fire in the water? What about the sharks? Oh, man. Hopefully no one's getting attacked by sharks. Why? I'm sure the sharks are going to give the people of Hawaii a break. If they're in the water, I'm sure the sharks are not also going to start attacking. Because that would be then I would really lose a lot of respect for the sharks. If they started attacking the whole people of Hawaii while they're in the water waiting out the fire. That would really be a new low for sharks. Sure, sharks really had a high. They were Jaws, they were movie stars. Sharks, they were famous. And then it's been all downhill since then because they've just been attacking people and eating them and biting off chunks of their skin. And we don't want that. We don't need that. We don't need sharks to be doing that. Sharks, come on, sharks. Give the people of Hawaii a break. But thoughts and prayers and our hearts go out to the people of Hawaii whose houses are donate to something. Maybe I'll look into it. Maybe I won't. I don't know. Sometimes I donate. Sometimes I don't. And sometimes I donate by giving a guy $5 on the, giving someone who is panhandling money is like, you can't do it every time because pretty soon you're going to be begging for money. But sometimes it's okay to give and it makes you feel good. Even if they go use it to buy drugs, I'm okay. I'm okay with if a homeless person goes to buy drugs with it because they're down and out. They need a little escape. That's where I stand on that. I'm happy with that because I've been in a place where it's like, hey, all I want to do is do drugs right now. That's all I want to do. That's all I want to do in the world right now is to do drugs. So please give me 5 cents. I'm so close to that 5 cent crack rock. I'll tell you what. Once I figured out I could order liquid. Oh, look at this, guys! Green socks in honors of St. Patrick's Day. It's coming up. It's around the corner. Everything's always around the corner, though. You got to be careful. Sometimes good things are around the corner. Sometimes bad things are around the corner. Someone with a knife. Ooh, someone with a knife, they're like going to trick you. They're not really going to stab you, but you run too fast around the corner, and then they run into you, and they accidentally, you stab them because you're going to trick them, but then you're like, oh, no, this was supposed to be a trick. That would be awful. That would be awful if a prank went so wrong and someone died. That would be the saddest ending to a happy beginning I've ever heard of. What I was saying earlier was knowledge is power and power is dangerous, is what I was saying about Korea earlier. That was my point I made at the show. You ever say something in front of a group of people and you're like, that's the smartest thing I've ever said in this room right now. I'm a dang philosopher. I'm so smart. Talking is like, sometimes I'm good at it, and sometimes I'm bad at it. I think everyone feels this way, but why? Why do our brains, like, sometimes they're good at making connections, and at other times they're so slow and not firing on all cylinders? Why is that the case, huh? Why can't science? I mean, I take nootropic and I take alpha brain to kind of make my brain fire quicker, but even then, sometimes it works really well, and then sometimes it works just fine. One time I had a show, I took Alpha Brain, and I also took a little bit of a Blue Chew. And I'll tell you what, I was the smartest I've ever been. I think something about Alpha Brain and Blue Chew together, it's almost like limitless, That's how I felt. I just felt so smart and quick and witty. And that's all I really want with my light drugs I take. I don't take dangerous drugs anymore. Here's my regimen. Athletic greens in the morning. Sometimes vitamin C. Sometimes magnesium. Yesterday took both of those last two I did, I swear. And then when I'm about to do a podcast or about to do comedy, I take Alpha Brain, one or two of them. Because it's $90 for, no, it's not. It's coming down in price, but it is, those are my vitamins. And the Alpha Brain and coffee, caffeine, those are light drugs, as I like to call them. They're like diet drugs. And that's what they're like. Oh man, we're not really. I'm gonna turn on my AC. 1 second, please. It's just like, you have all the, I have all these, I try to speak from me. That's one thing AA has taught me is speaking from like my experience. Not be like, you go here and you're like this and you're like that and you're trying your best and you got to do this, you got to do that. Because I can't speak for anybody else. I can speak for myself and my life experience. But I can't speak for like, you got to do this, because I can't speak for anyone else but myself. But I have these expectations for myself of how things are going to go. And then they don't go that way. And recently I've been really trying to be better about just, I got all sweaty all of a sudden. I don't like that. I'm all sweaty all of a sudden. Maybe it's the coffee making me sweaty. Maybe it's hot in here. What the heck is going on? I'm just getting so sweaty all of a sudden. That's not good at all. I shouldn't be getting sweaty out of nowhere. I shouldn't. That was me. If you're just listening, that was me spraying sunscreen. This episode stinks. But I gotta keep doing it and I'll get better at it. That's what I keep telling myself. I gotta keep doing it because no one's listening to this now. But maybe in the future people will. And I'll be able to go on another podcast and be like, no one listened to it at the beginning. But the point is I kept doing it. I feel the air. That's good. See, that was the problem, is I didn't have the air on. And the heat was getting to my brain. I was cooking my brain. Man, I was cooking my brain like a big meatloaf in the oven. That's what I was doing. It was like it was a meatloaf in the oven is what my brain was like, and I couldn't think straight. That's what was happening. See, if you ever want to rob a bank, just turn up the heat. Everyone will be like, "Whoo, Lord, it is so hot in here. It is the hottest it's ever been. Diane, is the AC broken again? Diane, I'm so sweaty and so, Lord, it is hot in here." Thank you. That's my Southern judge voice that can... What the heck? Just so hot all of a sudden and so sweaty? This doesn't make sense. What? That's just uncharacteristic of me. This never happens, I swear. It's like my body is busting a load on my skin. That's what sweat's like. It's like busting a load on your skin. Knowledge is wisdom. Wisdom is power. Power is dangerous. And you're only alive for so long. And so while you're alive, try to accumulate power. You want to accumulate knowledge so it makes your brain bigger. I wish, like the smarter we got, the bigger our brains got. So then we could pick out who's the smartest, and then that could be the president. Because I'm sick of electing these just rich people that don't really care about us and just want to make more money, and they're lying. They're all lying. They're all corrupt. And how about we just figure out some way to make our brains bigger? And then whoever has the biggest brain is the smartest and gets to run the country, or maybe even the world. What would it be like if we only had one, if the world was the one country? There's no more countries, no more continents. It's just the world. And there's a president or a king of the world. There's a king of the world. Mr. Universe is the universe of the world. Someone is just in charge of the world. You think that would be better or worse? Like if there weren't countries anymore. And so there's no more World Cup of Soccer. There's no more Olympics. Because maybe competition is the problem. Maybe we're too competitive and we need to figure out how to stop burning fossil fuels, which I don't care about that. I don't care about stopping that. You can only care about so many issues, and the climate, that's something I just don't care about. What do I do care about is my family, my friends, comedy, making people laugh, rescuing a spider when he's inside, sending him outside, not killing that spider. He has to go outside. That spider has to go outside. I'm going to set him free to the outdoors. That's what I'm going to do with that spider. I'm not going to squish him because that's bad. Because for me, I'm killing spiders. Next thing you know, I'm stealing from Walmart. Next thing you know, I'm stealing from Target. Next thing you know, stealing from Dick's Sporting Goods. Next thing you know, auto theft. Next thing you know, drinking some wine coolers. Next thing you know, drinking hard liquor. Next thing you know, I'm smoking crack once again. That's why I can't do bad things. Because when I do bad things, it makes me do other bad things. When I do little slight crimes, it makes me do bigger crimes. And is smoking crack technically a crime? That's wild. This is a horse that's been beaten to death. Poor horse. But the fact that putting a substance into your body is illegal is wild. My body, my choice. You should be allowed to think about this. If say you're in your house and the police come to your house and they think you're high on cocaine, can those police test you for being high on cocaine? And if you get tested and come back positive for being high on cocaine, do you get in trouble? Can you get in trouble for being high on cocaine? I gotta Google this because that would be so unfair. That would be so unfair and make me make me cry so much. Make me cry so much out of my eyes. Can you get in trouble for being on cocaine? When can you be charged for having drugs in your system? There is no law I don't like when you Google something and the Google, it's like it has what you want, but then you go to the website and it's like it's not exactly what you legally there is a significant difference between possessing illegal drugs and consuming them. Mm. 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 There is no law that indicates individuals will be arrested merely for consuming a drug unless the individual is in a public place or operating a machine of some kind and the person is impaired. So if you're on cocaine, you are not allowed to use a crane, to operate a crane. That's heavy machinery. I saw a video one time of a Chinese lady. She got her hand smushed in a flattener thing, and it was all flat. It was all flat Stanley when it came out. And I was like, check please, that hand's broken. That hand's done for. They just amputated, I guess. There's not no amount of cartoon antics where they stick a pump in it and try to blow it up. That won't work, unfortunately. I mean, when something crazy like that happens, and there's no going back. Your life has changed forever. Like when you're in the middle of a shark attack, your life has changed forever. Like when that's happening, is it like, are you thinking, would I be thinking like, oh, I'm being a shark attack. My life's going to be a little bit different now. Driving a car is going to be different now. Going to dinner with friends is going to be different now. Everything will be different now. So my question that has been answered is that if you are on cocaine in your home and the SWAT team comes in, like swings in through with the ropes, and they swing in through your windows, like get on the ground, and then they think you're on cocaine. You can't be in trouble for just being on cocaine, I don't think. So I remember one time. Here's a crazy story. I was living with this schizophrenic guy who also, just like me, enjoyed crack cocaine. And I had been sober for like 90 some days at the time, and he'd been sober for a little bit, and then he relapsed. And then shortly thereafter, I relapsed as well, because I wasn't going to let him party alone. Come on. And then this guy I was living with, we'll call him Kevin. His name's not Kevin, I swear. He somehow befriended, it seemed like he had befriended a homeless crack dealer, which I later found out, well, by homeless I mean he was living out of a hotel selling crack. And I went up there one time to buy crack, and he was in a hotel selling crack, and he had good crack. It would make your ears ring. Here's the thing about crack is when you smoke it, you know you got good crack if it makes your ears ring. That's what we call getting your bell rung. And so Kevin, I thought they were friends, but then Kevin and the dealer's name was L. It doesn't matter if he will never listen to this. That's what we called him. We called him L. Kevin and him developed a romantic relationship, I guess. Because there's one time me and Kevin were both high on crack. And he was like, "Are you gay, Taylor?" I was like, "No." I was like, "Are you bisexual?" I was like, "No." And he was like, "Okay." And I was like, "Are you gay, Sam?" "Kevin." "Are you gay, Kevin?" And it doesn't matter. His name's Sam. I'm not going to say his last name. His name was Sam. And this story stinks. What was the point of this story, though? Sam was living with oh, yeah. There's one night where Sam, so he had schizophrenia. And no, we'll call him Kevin. I'll switch it up. We'll call him Kevin. One night Kevin had well, the thing about crack is it really does not pair well with schizophrenia. It really kicks up the symptoms of schizophrenia. And Kevin would I was renting this room from him, and it was his house. He had a mortgage. Imagine that, a schizophrenic crackhead also with a mortgage. Crazy stuff. And he once it started, it seemed like he was able to smoke a little bit of crack and be okay. But once he started smoking crack on a consistent basis, it would send him into schizophrenic psychosis immediately. And he would come to my door and knock on it and be like, there's someone in my room. One time he thought someone was in the backyard. That was the first time, and he thought someone was in the backyard, and I wasn't privy yet to the fact that he was high on crack. And this was before I relapsed with him. And he thought someone was in the backyard, and looking back, I'm like, oh, he was just having a schizophrenic episode. But the craziness was getting too crazy for me. One night, me and Al were there, and Sam was asking us to. He was telling us to shoot him because we both. I am a gun owner, and so is Al. And Sam was asking us to shoot him in the head, and then we called the authorities, and they came. Al was gone, but I was so high on crack, and the cops came to the door, and. And they said, and I was talking to a lady police officer high on crack, and for some reason I wasn't scared of her, because being high on crack is my superpower. I'm not afraid of the police, and I didn't get in trouble for being high on crack in front of the authorities. Gosh, I'm sorry, guys. I'm really feeling sluggish. My brain is feeling sluggish. I wish it didn't feel this way sometimes, but sometimes it feels that way, and I can't help it. I can't change it. I took my alpha brain and everything, and I'm just feeling, guys, I'm really trying my best here. I'm trying my best so hard, okay? I'm really giving it my all here. I'm really just put this podcast on my back and hauling it through the woods. I'm doing my best, and so you got to give me credit there. I'm trying my best. It's only episode 7. We've got so many more episodes to go until this podcast ends, because there is no end. So this one's going to come out. It's going to stink. And it's fine. Some of you might not even listen to it all the way through, and that's okay. I don't need that. I don't need you to listen to it all the way through. I just wish I had $1 million. That's all I wish. I just wish I had $1 million so I could not work and do comedy and podcast and golf. That's all I want to do, is do comedy and podcast and golf and have $1 million so I can not worry about things. That's all I think. But I tried to do a bit about this on stage where thinking about like, man, it would be so great if I just had $1 million. Come on, and I had that thought like I was the first person to ever have that thought. You know how many people have thought, $1 million would be nice? Everybody's thought a bunch of money would be nice. A big old stack of cash. Man, I do like to think about like, man, if I won the lottery, oh man, I like to daydream about that. Like when the lottery, like right now, I think it's still at like 1.5 billion. It's fun to think about like, what would I do with that? I would tell my entire family, no one's working. Guys, no one has to work. 1.5 bill, hey, guess what? You get 50 mil. You get 50 mil. You get 50 mil. Just relax. I mean, that's my whole family gets to just relax and be done with work. We can move wherever we wanted. My problem, though, is if I got all that money, there would be part of my brain that would be like, Taylor, you definitely deserve a hall pass here to get fucked up, to get majorly fucked up. But that would be how I die. And I've been saying my bucket list way to die is atomic bomb, but how it actually probably would happen is I win the lottery, and then I get a bunch of cocaine, there's fentanyl in it, and I die. And I don't want that. No one wants that. So that's why God hasn't let me win the lottery yet, because he's like, Taylor, your sobriety is not in place enough where you could handle $1.5 billion. I will let you win the lottery when you have a more stable base of sobriety. That's when I'll let you win the lottery. But right now, you couldn't handle it. You couldn't handle winning the lottery because you would buy a McLaren, you would buy a Rolls Royce, you would buy a Bentley, you would buy so many different cars. You would buy a big house and put all those cars in a garage. You would have a big pool. Where would I move, though? I would have multiple houses for sure. That's definitely for sure what I would have. I would buy Keith, my brother, a house, Garrett, my brother, a house, my parents a house, my grandparents. They can, maybe get my grandpa all, because he has a medical thing where we thought he had ALS and then he didn't, but some statins really messed him up, and they messed him up good. I would pay for the latest and greatest medical procedures for him to get bionic legs so he can run again. I would buy both my grandparents bionic legs so they could walk and run and sprint again. That's what I would do with if I won $1.5 billion. Everyone who wants it, all my friends and family can get bionic legs. No bionic arms though, because what if someone gets mad and you start punching? You're going to kill each other if you start punching with bionic arms. Everyone knows the fallacy of having bionic arms is having bionic arms is fun because you can be a really fast chess player. You can be really fast at checkers. You can be a really fast painter. But what if you get like road rage and the bionic arms take over and you punch someone and their head explodes? That's the drawback of bionic arms is too strong. Bionic arms are so strong. And you can crush a watermelon, like watermelon everywhere. Hey, we were going to eat that watermelon. Sorry, I just kind of wanted to show off my bionic arms. Yeah, well, the watermelons exploded everywhere, and now no one has any watermelon. Yeah, but bionic arms. Watch how quick I can play Sultans of Swing by Dire Straits on guitar. Imagine that 1,000 times as fast. I mean, obviously, if you ever seen iRobot of Will Smith fame, there's the part where the robot is drawing and he's scribbling. He scribbles an entire city so quick. That's what you can do with bionic arms. You can do so much with bionic arms. Bionic legs, what else can you do? You can Flintstones a car for sure with bionic legs. Bionic legs, you can just cut holes in the bottom of whatever car you drive. And you can do that with your feet. There's no need for fossil fuels. Why aren't we working on bionic legs? Elon Musk, you're working on so much. Put a pause on one of your dumb companies and work on bionic legs. We need bionic legs. I want a president with bionic legs. Joe Biden wouldn't fall down so much if we had more bionic legs. People need bionic legs. I swear to God, if the next guy running for president doesn't run on the platform of bionic legs for all, I'm going to be so mad. Bionic legs would make the world a better place. Because everyone that's in a place that's bad can run to somewhere that's not bad. I mean, everyone can climb Mount Everest really fast if you could just run up to the top with bionic legs. Like, I did it. Get a picture of the, I did it. Lines would move a lot faster. The line at the bank would move so much faster if everyone had bionic legs. Seriously, what's taking so long to get bionic legs around here? What's a man got to do to get bionic legs, huh? What's a man got to do? Bionic legs are... Every problem in the world would be solved by bionic legs. Shark attacks? Kick that shark. Oh, but no, here's the twist. I've got bionic legs, but the shark that's attacking me has bionic fins, and he can do a lot more with bionic fins than he can do with his regular fins. I'll tell you that much about a shark with bionic fins. A shark with bionic fins can do a lot more with bionic fins than he could with his regular, dumb, stupid fins. What the heck do sharks use their fins for? Oh, here's a theory. Sharks used to be birds, and their fins are what the wings used to be, but they don't need them because they're in the water. What are sharks using their fins for? Patting each other on the back? No way. Giving each other high fives? Don't believe it. I don't buy it for a second. Sharks don't have jobs. Sharks aren't working fast food and passing shark fast food through the window with their fins. So I do believe sharks' fins are pointless. Why haven't sharks evolved to the point of not having any fins anymore? So who wins in a fight between me with bionic legs and a shark with bionic fins? Me with bionic legs. I've decided because I have faith in me to kick that shark's butt. But like I was saying, all the problems in the world will be solved by bionic legs. There's a wildfire. All the firemen can run really fast to the fire and put it out. That's the problem, is the response time to fires is so slow. What's faster, a fire truck with bionic tires or a bunch of firemen with bionic legs? And they have a really long hose that just connects to the firehouse. Everyone needs bionic legs. A baby with bionic legs, they don't need to be taught to walk. They can spend more time doing math and English and stuff. But then why stop there? Why stop at bionic legs? Bionic arms. Well, I told you that people would explode each other's heads. So bionic spines. Bionic spines, you never break your spine again. Bionic skin. But then it would be bionic arms, and we're breaking my one golden rule about bionic legs. My one golden rule about bionic legs is no bionic arms. This is a hard one, guys. This is a really hard one about bionic arms and legs. Bionic skull. You can't get shot anymore. You can't get shot in the head anymore because bionic skull is bulletproof. Things about bionic parts is they're bulletproof. Bionic parts, or they kind of morph back like nanobots. Nanobots are what make the legs really almost indestructible. Probably not indestructible. So it all comes down to why have we evolved the way to where we have evolved? We don't lay eggs. I think it would be a lot better if we did lay eggs, though. But then maybe our relationships with our mothers wouldn't be as strong, because mothers carry babies on average 8 to 10 months. So, and that's why you're in the womb and you're bonding with the mother, and that's why everyone has daddy issues, because you weren't. Maybe if mom and dad switched, maybe there would be less daddy issues if dad was a little pregnant for a while. Huh? Maybe mom did 4.5. Maybe you switch every other month. Maybe if mom was pregnant for a month, dad was pregnant for a month, mom was pregnant for a month, dad was pregnant for a month, we wouldn't have all these girls with daddy issues. And I don't even know what a daddy issue is. What is a daddy issue? Like I like to think a daddy issue is like you were young and when you were a kid, it was your birthday party and you had a big piece of cake for your birthday and dad's like, hey, you ever smell your cake before? And you go, no. And you go to smell it and dad smushes your face into the cake and you start crying because you weren't expecting that. You were expecting to get a smell. You were like, I never have smelled cake before. And next thing you know, lo and behold, dad smushed your face in the cake. That's a daddy issue. What's another daddy issue? When they fight, when daddies fight, you don't want dad's fighting because dads have dad strength. That's basically bionic arms. Dad's strength is basically bionic arms. So, what other daddy... Whoa. This whole thing fell down the whole time. Has it been like this the whole time and you guys didn't tell me? Oh, that's embarrassing. That's troublesome. That's troublesome. What's going on? Guys, you didn't tell me that the green screen was sneaking up on me like that. Crazy. That was crazy, guys. Man, I didn't even think that could happen, something like that. Like, talking to me about bionic legs. What about bionic stuff falling down on top of me? Sorry, I'm distracted. 35 minutes bleep thing name. Because I revealed the man's name on this episode that I don't know if it's smart to. So I'll bleep it. I gave him the fake name. And I'm going to bleep the real name of him. Because I think that would be probably the best course of action. Because all 8 of you that have that listen to this show, what if you go and tattle? What if you go and tattle on me? I can't have you go and tattle on me. I'm gonna have hey, if you guys tattle on me, we're gonna get the bionic arms out, and they're gonna have some talking to do. I'm gonna get out the bionic arms, and they're gonna have their so. Nobody reveal my secret on this that I revealed someone's name. Because I'm going to show up to your house with bionic arms, and I'll explode some watermelons in front of you. Oopsies, one of my neighbors is home. Here's the thing about me, guys, is I get self-conscious about stuff. Like when I'm doing this podcast, and then I hear one of my neighbors outside, I don't want them to hear, because I don't want them to get mad. I had an issue with my downstairs neighbor when I first moved in, where I would be tiptoeing across the floor and he would pound on the ceiling because I guess he needed beauty rest. It was, oh, I see what's going on. I got this new chair. I got a dumpster chair. I don't know, you guys. How do you feel about like dumpster stuff that's perfectly good? I think it's okay to get something. If you live in an apartment like I do, I live in the lap of luxury of an apartment. If you live in an apartment like I do, and you go out to the dumpster and you see a chair and it looks in perfectly good shape, do you grab it? Do you use it? That's an important question society needs answered immediately. Everyone needs that question answered. We need to find it out. I have to pee. Guys. We're at 50 minutes and 24 seconds, and I'll have to cut some of this out, obviously. And this episode really wasn't the barn burner of all episodes, but that's okay. That's okay, because you got to start somewhere, guys. So this is a lesson. Thank you for joining me on this journey, you guys. This is the beginning of the journey. It could go anywhere. Maybe podcasting will end. Maybe it'll be done, and this was all for naught. But who cares? I'm having fun doing it. So I hope people are having fun listening. I know whenever I listen back to the episodes, I laugh and I laugh and laugh. Like, oh, Taylor, you're so funny. That's what I do, because I listen. No, I'm not that vain. That'd be nuts if I listened to every episode back. But I'm doing this because it's something to do. It's fun. It is. I don't know. I really have to pee all of a sudden so bad. It is. It's building. It's because I had coffee. Coffee really has to make me pee sometimes, and I don't appreciate that when all of a sudden I have to pee and it's all I can think about. It's like the pee kind of goes to my brain. It's kind of like the pee kind of goes to my brain, and it's just swelling around in there. I think there's a connection between, because no one's talking about, like, everyone's talking about the gut brain and the head brain, and I think there's a third brain. It's the brain in your bladder. And that brain is just distracting, is all it is. It's not giving you any fun ideas. It's not helping you solve any world problems. It's making you, all it is telling you have to pee. That's all the bladder brain does, is it tells you have to pee. And you have your shit brain. That one tells you have to poop. And then, like, if you stub your toe brains tell you that it hurt a lot. I hate stubbing my toe. Because that hurts for way longer than it should hurt. Because I stubbed my pinky toe. I stubbed both my pinky toes really close together one time, like time-wise. Like one day one day the other. And I stubbed them, and I was like, this is crazy. Something's off. The moon is in the moon is in Dr. Pepper or something. Because stubbing both my toes close together time-wise, this has never happened before in my life. But everything's going to happen in your life. It's bound to. So I stubbed my toes, and my toe brains told me that hurt a lot. Okay? So you have brains all over your body. What I'm trying to say is you have brains all over your body. And when you're putting bad stuff into your body, it clogs up those brains. It's why I'm not eating bread during the week. I'm trying to avoid gluten during the week because it clogs up my stomach brain, which then clogs up my brain. And so if you're getting sunburnt all the time and you're stubbing your toes all the time, all those brains kind of get clogged up. It's like, so if you hurt your ankle and your ankle brain is like, it's like the equivalent of eating gluten, and for me, and it kind of just clogs me up, glues me up. Man, but I do love bread. Bread is so good. I just can't eat it all the time because it makes me sleepy. But now all of a sudden, doing this diet, I don't know anymore, honestly. I still can take naps. I can still take naps. So maybe I'm just forever kind of a sleepy guy. Maybe I'm forever kind of a sleepy guy. And lo and behold, that's what we're going to end on, guys. Lo and behold, maybe I'm just a sleepy guy. I have to pee. I have to poop. Poop has joined the party, which I think is just irresponsible. Poop heard pee was going to a party, and Poop was like, "Can I come? Please, can I come?" And because once you tell someone about a party that they weren't supposed to hear about it, and you're just like, I guess, and now you have to it's like, well, you weren't invited. I'm not the bad guy. Other people don't want you here. Doesn't that suck when you gotta pretend like you like someone? But there's gotta be a better way to tell someone to kind of just F off. You know? There's gotta be. Sometimes I wish I had more courage to be like, listen, you bother me so much. There's someone in the world right now that I just recently met that just bothers me so much. They're just weird for the weirdness they are is just not. I'm a weird guy, but the weirdness they're doing is like, it's annoying. And maybe I need to get over that. It's none of my business how they operate in the world, but it is, it's bothering me. And maybe that's a problem with me. And maybe that's something I need to look at, you know? Because, yeah, most times when I'm disturbed, it's a problem with me. That's what I've been taught. Is most times when I'm disturbed, I need to look inside myself more because I can't control other people. I can't. As much as I would like to tell someone to stop behaving the way they're behaving, it's none of my business how people choose to behave. And I'm sure I've been that guy where people are just annoyed by me. And maybe you can't win everyone over. You can't get a kiss from everyone. You can't. That would be crazy. Try to kiss 8 billion people on this planet. You think you're going to kiss everyone? That's delusion. That's delusion right there. You're not going to kiss everybody on this planet. You never will. It's impossible. Because if you lined everyone up like, I mean, 8 billion kisses, that I think you're dead before you get them done. So, thanks for listening, guys. Thanks for joining me on Taylor Neely's show. We really had a lot of fun this week. We really had a good time. We really, we did our best. We did our best. And I just thank you once again for joining me on this. And, you know, one day things are going to be different. But right now, they're the same. I love you so much. I just want to kiss you on the... I love you. I love you so much for listening. I love you. I love you so much for listening. You don't even know it. Goodbye.